let's go right.
Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I have something really nice. I had these fog lights already for a long time, but I decided it was time to upgrade to something better, because I don't recall anymore whether these are, I think these are floodlights, they're not spots. In terms of range, they do okay, they're pretty good, but I wanted to have something a little bit nicer. So I've been looking for quite some time, and at the end of the day I landed on a combination of two, which is a Purelux 60 watt spot, and I will pair that with a Purelux 20 watt floodlight. And the idea is that the spot will help the auxiliary or the high beam, and the floodlight will basically color in a little bit closer for slow speed corners in the dark. I went back and forth a little bit on that on this setup, whether I take a spot, whether I take a floodlight or both, and how I will mount them on the bike for quite some time. And I decided also that I was gonna mount them with a special bracket under the nose instead of having them on the bars. I think especially for the spots it's very important to have them high up, and you get more benefit out of the spots from a higher position. With this one I can also mount the floodlights beneath, so that should look really nice. This Migsel bracket costs about 80 bucks, but if you look at the craftsmanship, it looks really nice. I mean, it's laser cut, has the GS here, so yeah, pretty impressed with that. I will also update the wiring. Let me see, where is it? Ah, here. So I bought from Amazon a relay box. I modified that quite a bit, you can already see it here. So I prepared all the different plugs that I need or that I want to use. So basically how it will work, this one we will connect to the battery. That powers the bottom bank of relays. This relay will power the, if I trigger it, it will power the top set of relays. This one will be for the lights. This one will be for the daylight running, or these will be for the amber lights on the floodlights. So I will link up one of the blinker wires as a trigger wire, so that in principle it should alternate. So blinker, floodlight, so that should alternate. This one I will use for the daylight running, daytime running light of the spots, so that will be white, because I don't think it's really nice to have two sets altering. And this one I will use for the Garmin. So this should also eliminate quite a lot of the wires that I have hooked up to the battery. Having said that, I will start mounting the bracket and the lights, and then I will get into the wiring. I completely forgot to show you what's in the boxes, so I will start with the floodlight. There's a set of instructions in English, Swedish, Norwegian, warranties on the back. Basically shows you what each of the wire does, so red, black, yellow and green. So green is the position light or the daytime running light. Yellow is the amber. Then some stickers. We'll see what I do with those. And then there's the light itself. There's a bracket on the back side. That's what I was very happy about. We can flip this around, so I can actually, instead of mounting it upside down, I can just flip the bracket on the back side and mount it. So that looks good. There's two lights here for the floodlights, 20 watts, and there's a 3 watt position and amber light here at the bottom, which I will link up to the blinkers. I mean, In terms of quality, feels really solid. It's I would say probably bulletproof. So looks really good. Yeah. So next one, it's the big one. It's the spot. Again, comes with the instructions, or manual. It's almost the same. And then there is the light. There's some good weight to it. Again, on this one you can also flip the bracket if you want. You can just unbolt it, flip it. Didn't show that on the last one. It's a nice waterproof connector. So what I will do, I will wire it up and then, or I will mount it up first and then zip up the wires. So the mounting is pretty straightforward. There's 2 bolts included in the package. It says check if it's the correct length, so it should be 25 mil. Check that. You remove 2 bolts from the oil cooler and you install these, so pretty straightforward. So, if you see, there's all these kind of holes or slots. Those are for zip ties, so these should be at the back. There's actually also only one way it should fit, so it's not too complicated. Finished up the wiring. As you see, it's a little bit later. It's actually the day after because I ran into some issues, but I will show you. So what I've done is I took the parking light, I spliced in a wire in the headlight parking light, and I use that as a trigger wire for the switch to enable the auxiliary lights, also to enable the daylight running and the amber running lights, daytime running lights on the fog lights. In the fuse box there is a switch relay that I use to alter the blinkers between the amber and the blinker on top with the trigger wire, so they alternate. So let me show you. This wire used to be, or this switch is the one that I used before. Comes out. If you see here, there's 2 wires going here. There's the trigger wire from the daytime running light, so I loop that back into the second slot that goes to the common pole of that switch. So there's 2 wires coming out here. One enables all the fog light, or one enables all the auxiliary lights, and the other one is the switch to switch on the auxiliary lights. Then let me see if you can see that. So here I put in a connector for the blinkers. I did that on both sides. Already did that in the past, but I put in a nicer connector. What you see here, there's two wires. So there's the brown one, that's the negative one going to the battery terminal, and this is actually the blinker signal. So I spliced in the second wire there, and I use that as a trigger wire to alternate the bottom daytime running lights. Then in this mess, this is actually not that interesting for this video, but this is for the Garmin. Then I have the main wires, or the main connector. So here, this is the trigger wire. So this one is the trigger wire for my headlight, this one from the switch. This is the power supply to the lights, and this is the negative from the auxiliary lights. Then we have this one. I got one that is the negative that goes to the battery, and the common, say, white lights, daytime running lights on the spots. Then on this one I have two of these for each of the blinkers. One is a trigger wire from the blinker, and the other one goes to the running light. I mocked everything up yesterday and I ran into some problems, and it was because let me see, where is it? I basically flipped these two wires in the connector, which means which meant I didn't have any connection to the battery anymore. So yeah, that's fixed now. It took me quite a bit of time to sort it out, and yeah, these things happen. I also had a few loose pins, so I fixed that as well. Now what I'm going to do, I printed this bracket on the printer, insert a little bit of footage from that. So I will place that here, and then I will mount a fuse box like this, and then tidy up everything. I still need to clean up a little bit down here, but that is something for another day. I do need to tighten this one a little bit. That should be the last of it. And now the question is, does it work as intended or as tested before? Nothing is on. Now all the, say, the white and the amber is on. Now in principle, when I switch on the hazards, it's alternating. Yeah, it does. And this one should turn on the brighties, and that also works. On-off relays, they have a lifespan, limited lifespan. They're not the ideal relay for this purpose, but they only cost like 3 or 4 euros. So, and I got 3 spare ones with the fuse box. So I'm not too concerned about that. If it becomes a problem, we'll sort it out later. I say it took me quite a bit of time to figure out what I actually did wrong yesterday night. So it's not always going according to plan, but yeah, I'm very happy with the install. They look really nice, and the only thing that's left for me is to take off the old fog lights. I'm not gonna bore you with that, and to ride them. So if you enjoyed this video, put a thumbs up. If you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you the next time. Bye!